is ChiTownHoney. Culture connects. Real life talk, real stories, real people. From the city lights to the hard days too. Every conversation got a deeper truth. Pain, love, hustle, laughter, and growth. Speak it from the soul, never sugarcoat. Voice so smooth with a powerful vibe, turning life lessons into something alive. Every guest got a story to tell. Truth hit hard when the words land well. If you ever felt lost, if you ever felt pain, tune in, hear the truth through the rain. Everybody got scars, everybody got goals. Culture connect, speaking straight to the soul.
Hey. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Culture Connects podcast. I am your girl, Honey, ChiTownHoney, and as always, I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for tuning in, supporting the platform, and being a part of these important conversations. Okay, tonight's episode is one that's going to be rooted in honesty, courage, and understanding. We're here to create a space for people to tell their story, and share their experiences, and to help us better understand one another, because communication is the key. So whether your life experiences are similar to Raya's or completely different, I encourage you to listen with an open mind and an open heart. Tonight's subject is not about a debate. It's not about judgment. It's about hearing a human story. It's learning, it's growing, and connecting through shared experiences. You know what I'm saying? As we navigate through our life with feelings of self-discovery, self-awareness, you know what I'm saying? And self-awareness, and self-acceptance, you know what I'm saying? So grab your favorite drink, you know what I'm saying? If you might want to roll one up for this one. Get comfortable and join us as we dive in. Now I want y'all to wish my girl, Raya Sunshine, a happy welcome. What's up, Raya?
Hey, thank you.
That's
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's get to it. So what's up, Raya? Okay, before we get started, tell the audience a little bit about Raya Sunshine.
Okay, well, for those of you that do not know, I go by Raya Sunshine. That name actually came from my maternal grandmother. That's what she called me, and we stick it to it. So that's my name. And as far as me, I am a free spirit. I grew up on the west side of Chicago. I attended Proviso West. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't finish high school or anything like that. I don't have the original story like everybody else. So I actually got signed out of high school due to fighting and stuff like that. So shortly after that, I just worked, and I've been working ever since. So the plan is actually to get my GED later on down the line, but I'm just at a point in my life to where I'm just trying to grow. I'm just trying to grow, and I'm realizing a lot of things about myself. And I deserve better, And I'm not saying that to say like I live just this terrible life or anything like that, but when you shelter yourself and you shelter your life based on other people's opinions and stuff like that, you kind of like take away from yourself, and that's not organic. It's not authentic, and it's definitely not fair to the soul. Period. No matter who you are. So that's currently what I'm going through, and I've actually been experiencing that my entire life. I think now, today, what's today? The 23rd, 2026. I'm actually I have enough courage to actually say and take accountability and say that I wasn't living in my truth. And as of today, June 23rd, 2026, I am. And so I was supposed to start off as a free spirit, and it didn't end up fluctuating that way. But now um, I feel free again. I'm starting to feel free again, and that's who I am. That is literally who I am. It's my life has been trial and error. Um, I am not perfect, nor am I trying to be. But I'm definitely something, and I definitely want people to understand that people like me are not just people that you could push off and people that you can, you know what I'm saying, people that you could just treat any sort of way because believe it or not, we bring a lot of healing into the world. And as, as much as people don't want to admit it, we bring a lot of life. We do. We make people actually want to get out and live, and they don't have to be doing something gay. It could just be living. Like we bring that energy. I know I bring that energy, and I know that a lot of the community does too. So I just want people to recognize that people like us exist, and we need to respect each other, and also be able to understand each other as well. Um,
For
because I
sure.
feel like that's such a really big issue that's going on right now. But for me, that's one of the that's kind of who I am, and that's kind of what I'm tackling right now in life. Um, and while I have this motivational energy to do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do everything in my power to speak. I'm gonna do everything in my power to just show up and show out because that's what I'm here to do. I finally realized that that's what I'm here to do. And it took a long time to discover that about myself. Like I said, like I subconsciously knew, but like I said, when you around certain people and you grow up in certain dynamics, it's like you can't do certain things. And that's not real. That's not real for no soul. And I'm
Mm-mm.
just here to let people know that it's okay to break away from what you were, conditioned to know or learn. It's okay to unlearn those things and relearn some new things and relearn some healthy ways of dealing with life and, living in your truth. And so that's also why I'm here today, just to be able to, if I can't say everybody. I want to at least save one person today, and I want them to be able to live in their truth after they watch this and after they see the interaction that we have and certain things that may come up. I want them to be able to. I want them to see that it's another way. Because there was a point in time in my life I was suicidal, and I did not feel like I was worth it or anything like that. But that wasn't real. That was like the devil. That was not real.
Yeah.
That was not real at all.
Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
and I, yeah, and I just I had to tap into myself. They say God is within. I had to tap into myself. Like I had to want it for myself. So that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. I'm finding myself,
Exactly.
and I'm doing so in the healthiest manner. You know what I mean? And also with this journey that I'm on, I started this journey back in November of 2025. Yeah.
So you
I
just
started.
started transitioning.
Yep, I just started this transition journey. So
Oh my
yeah, I'm
gosh,
really.
that's been some months.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So like what was your some of your biggest fears or challenges that you faced when you even decided to transition? Like was the decision to transition a difficult one? How did that play out for you?
It was simply because um there was, and when I say this, I'm speaking in a way of I put him at peace, and you'll know what I mean when I say that. So um I had an issue with putting Mazion at peace. That's why I was born as Mazion. I had an issue with putting Mazion at peace. Um, and that may sound really funny to hear, but it was very hard trying to balance Raya and then balance Mazion. Um, and it just got to a point to where Mazion's role wasn't really I'm not gonna say needed, but it really wasn't needed anymore. Mazion taught me how to survive. Mazion taught me, what it was like to defend myself and stuff like that. Mazion taught me the way. And so now that Mazion taught me the way, I could take Raya, Mazion took Raya's bag, and now Raya can do as she pleases,
So
So,
was
and I know that makes
Mazion,
sense.
pardon self, was so
Hmm.
Mazion was your masculine energy and Raya is
Hmm.
your feminine energy.
Yeah,
So use the masculine energy to pretty much survive in this cold ass world that we living in. And
yeah,
now you're getting more comfortable with your feminine energy with Miss
yeah,
Raya.
yeah,
Okay. So now,
yeah.
is it okay that I call you she and her
Yeah.
with those pronouns? Like is that okay? Because I've been
Hmm.
I've been doing it since I met you, but I never asked.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
But
but you found, you see how organic it was. It just
because
flowed that
that's how
way.
you
That's how it
present.
should.
Like,
That's right. That's how it should be. That's
yeah,
literally how it should be. That's how it
yeah.
should be. So yeah,
I I,
yeah.
I treat people how they present. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, uh, some men show up masculine. So okay,
Hmm.
but if you showing up feminine, I'm not comfortable calling you no damn he. And your ass got ass bigger than mine, your hair longer than mine. Well, I ain't got no hair, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's not,
yeah.
that's just saying, well, look, I don't, So, but I never did ask, you know what I'm saying? Now,
Mhm.
I got another question. As a black transgender woman, what unique experiences have shaped your life? Like,
The
how is that?
opportunity, the
Yes.
opportunity of being able to experience new groups of people, and I don't mean like in the like manly aspect, like meeting men. No, I've actually got the chance to meet some people and connect with some people and have some opportunities just appearing and showing up as who I am. So that is something that I take with me and that I also
For
love and I
sure.
also appreciate. Um and also I'm trying to think, it's a lot of what else have I done? What else have I done? I done met people. I done had these opportunities. I was able to, I don't know, I think everything is just this big opportunity for me. It is. It's just a big opportunity for me. Like I can't really explain it. It's just a big opportunity. Like I meet so many different people and so many other people that if they don't experience the stuff that I'm experiencing, or if they don't look like me, they want to, just let it be known. Like, okay, well, I like your energy and I'm comfortable with it, and I think I can relate to it. So let me just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying. So I like that too. I like that too. I like that too because that also heals people. That heals people
Oh,
when they're
yeah.
able to see you and you able to interact and retract like that. That's good. So those two things. Those two things.
Okay, now we got some comments from the audience. Goo Wop Gang Weird Boy say, "Hey, I love that nigga that's talking. Let him know, little bro, keep pushing. I support you, right?"
That's my brother. Yeah.
And then he came back and said, "This Skylar, you T, and baby, he ain't lying because you is T, okay, in real life, okay."
Thank you.
Big,
Thank you.
beautiful personality. Your energy is so, man, it's beautiful. You know what I
Thank
mean? Like, you ain't coming in with no attitude, your nose in the air. Like,
you.
you just you. And I just grasped towards that when I first met you. Like, man, you got to come on my show. I kept telling you, like,
You did. You said that. You
my
said that. You
show.
like you
I
gotta
need
come on my
you
show.
because, you know, and I understand that a lot of people, a lot of us, we are some wounded souls. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of
Just because-
times people show when we present, a lot of times we're not presenting in a positive way. We're not presenting in a happy way. Kind of come off with an attitude and maybe like a little chip on the shoulder. And so those kind of people are kind of hard to interview. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because they get a little angry, a little, all of that stuff. So that's why when I was talking to you, I'm like, man, what's the no goes? You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
you was like, shoot, you can ask me anything. I'm like, for real?
Mhm.
So
Because I'm an
I
upper book.
really appreciate that. I really do.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Now, what has this journey of self-discovery taught you about you? What have you learned about you during this journey?
Um, it taught me that I was operating off of fear.
Okay.
He told me that I was operating off of fear, and it may sound like a bad thing, but it was actually a good thing that I realized it. I was operating from a place of fear, and I carried that in my everyday life. Like, and when I say fear, I mean like fear of other people, like the rejection and um what I won't have if I decide to say something and stuff like that. So yeah, it was definitely fear. But I'm learning that, you know, you don't you don't worship fear. It's like worshiping the problem. And that's it's really as simple as that. Like it's really just fear. I've always just been scared, and I'm at this point in my life to where it's like you don't have to fear nothing or nobody but God. So you know what I'm saying? That fear is not real. Like you can eat that shit up. So that's what I do. That's literally what I do, even when
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, because I am a natural. I have a nurturing soul. So naturally, I don't want to operate that way, but I see that I have to, and that it saves me, and it keeps the scale balanced, if that makes any type of sense.
Okay.
Um, with everybody and everything. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. 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 Now, how did your family and friends respond to your transition journey?
Okay, so I okay, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I I told a couple of my friends, and their reaction wasn't really. They didn't have a lot of excitement for me. Um, but they would have excitement about other things in life and other people, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. Um, but not only that, it was also like a damn, and it took one of them to tell me that I only say damn because it's like, well, damn, I'm not gonna be able to experience Mazayan again, and I didn't think about that. Um, I didn't think about that at all. Um, So I did acknowledge that, but I also let them know in the same breath to know me is to know I'm me all the way around the board. Like Mazayan is just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna always be me. My spirit is gonna always be the same. And if you love me and we truly friends, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna matter to you because I'm still gonna be the same person that you know that you met, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still gonna be that person. So I think it's really about control when it comes to that. Like they wanted to control the outcome of that and they couldn't, and they felt some type of way, but they didn't want to really, you know what I'm saying? That's like a line people really don't want to cross. And I felt like those particular people they played it smart. They played it smart. But I definitely don't feel like it was 100% support like I wanted. And those are from the friends. And as far as family, um, I got maybe two family members I can count on my hand that just that they were really, really excited. They asked me questions. You know what I'm saying? They were really, really in tune with it, and that made me feel good. But everybody else, I didn't really care to tell them. I didn't really, and that's just because of some people's personal beliefs, and then you got other people, other people that's just not really open to understanding who I am or who gay people are in general. So that's why I just chose to not even engage. So yeah, some people I just didn't engage with, but there are certain people I did engage with, and I did just let them know, and they, like I said, they were supportive. So I did have a couple more supporters than I did with family than I did with friends. And did it bother me? It did. It definitely did. Um, because you expect 110% of support no matter what you do. You know what I mean? So for you to have to assess the situation and to be like, I'm not going to put myself through that. I know how this conversation is going to go. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, but I
Okay,
also
but
know.
look, though, like you, because I had some friends when I was younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
and they were gay boys.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we hung out,
Oh yeah, y'all. We pray during sessions. Okay, I just want to let y'all know we call this praying. So when you see somebody,
you
when you
dig.
see me, when you see me in this panel and you see smoke, we're praying. Okay, we know we're not smoking. We praying. Okay,
It's our
all right.
medicine.
So
Okay,
it's our medicine.
it's
Okay,
our
it's our
medicine.
medicine. Period.
So
Okay, I just want to put it out there. We'll go ahead.
with me with my friends, like, because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
them wind up transitioning, and I was excited for them, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it also was like kind of like, damn, because we met and they was boys at the time, and you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. Even so, and they presented as boys, but they was gay, you know, and we kicked it. So I didn't know if it was gonna be the same once they turned into girls. But I'm gonna tell you this though, baby, when they transitioned, we had even more fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it was a worry for me because I'm like, man, am I gonna lose my friend? Is she gonna go off and get a boyfriend and leave me now? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, for real,
Man.
like that be an issue too, you know, because
Mhm. But you
you
saw
be,
how I said with my friend, but you saw my friend had the same issue. Like, what if I don't
yeah,
get my
yeah,
friend? Or what if I don't talk to my friend?
man,
So
I'm like,
that's understandable.
yeah,
That's understandable though. That's
it
understandable.
really
And I
be a
never
fear
shut.
of losing your friend, and especially
Mhm.
when you get these friendships when y'all, because friendships is really hard. You know, it's hard to find
Mhm.
friends today. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Man,
you know, it was like I just didn't know if I was gonna lose them. You know what I'm saying? And baby, I ain't lose nothing, honey. I was right there. Well, look, they was, you know, taking their hormone shots and everything, but I just didn't know if they were gonna include me in that. If I was, you know, it was just one of them things. Like, damn, am
mhm.
I gonna lose my friend? You know, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And baby, we was shopping together and going to get cute little bras and all type of stuff. So
I,
it turned out to be fun, but I just lack of knowledge, lack of information, just not knowing. And for me, this was going on back in the 90s. So,
mm,
you know, and back then, baby, it was hard on the gay man, honey, and
yeah,
even
my,
harder on the transgender woman. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because we didn't have all the we didn't have it wasn't no it was you was either gay or straight. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all that in between, and we didn't have all those, you know, you know, the different terms and all of that stuff. We didn't have
yeah,
it. So man, so I grew up at a different time. You know, I thank God that we have evolved, but I still feel like there's a stigma in the Black community. You know, we still it's still fake to me. It's a lot of
It is very fake, and I'm glad that
yeah,
you spoke on that. I'm glad that you spoke on that because it is a very fake thing. And I'm gonna say a couple things. First thing I'm gonna say is, not all women, but a lot of Black women love gay men and transgender women and men until their children become a part of it. Then they
mm,
got a lot of hate and a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, where did it stem from? Where did all that stem from? And then you got gay friends or gay siblings and all of this, and you got this strong fit. Like, no, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. You just can't.
okay,
It just don't work. It just don't work that way. Um. So, and another thing too, to piggyback on what you said when you talk to your friend and you was scared of losing your friend. I had a conversation with my nephew. With all of my nephews actually. Well, besides like 12. What was it? Three of them. Besides three of them. But I had a conversation with them, and I basically just let them know that I am transitioning and that I take hormones. And I actually, like I told you, I've been on hormones since November. I just started on the shots a couple months ago, so it helps with my breast development. So I told them a couple months ago when I changed my medicine because I knew that there's going to be some changes. Within my body, and I don't want you to see me and be like, hey, well, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I don't ever want them to be confused or nothing like that. But
right,
um, in the same breath, I've always been their uncle. And for me, I never wanted them to feel like they lost their uncle like
right,
that. And they kind of broke my heart a little bit because it's like I'd have been around them my whole entire life. And you know what I'm saying? I don't wanna do them like that. But I also know that I can't not live my life neither. So I had these conversations with them under the impression that they probably wouldn't talk to me no more. But they told me, they was like, we don't care what you do. We love you. Like, you know that we love you. Like, we don't care what nobody say. Like, we love you. We support you. Um, they be sending me positive messages and stuff like that. And truth be told, they didn't come up like that. Like, so it was
Yeah.
very warming and very heartfelt to know, and very reassuring to know that, you know, they love me unconditionally, and I still, you know, I'm being truthful with them and I'm letting them know, but I'm
Right.
also setting boundaries at the same time. Like, okay, look, well, listen, you know, when people don't, you know, if you don't love me, I can't really be around you. You know what I'm saying? But they
Yeah.
understood, and I enjoyed that, and I appreciated that. So there's growth within the straight community and stuff like that, and with Black women, because you know what I'm saying. Look at the kids. Look what they was just able to do, and these kids.
Yeah.
So there's hope. We just have to come to some type of middle ground, and understanding, because a lot of the times, a lot of these people feel some type of ways because either they, one, don't understand, two, they were touched on, or three, a gay person took their man or something like that. Something
I was just
happened. They
saying.
dad left. Yep, they dad left because they slept with a man, and now their mama don't like gay people. It's a lot of stuff, and so when people start being honest about those types of things, I think the world will be a easier place. And you know what I'm saying? We can start to
Yeah.
move forward within that. That way, it don't be so much misunderstanding and hate that comes with the misunderstanding. So
Yes.
yeah, for
For
sure.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Now, what misconceptions do you think people have about transgender people, and you wish that they understood a little better?
That we just want that we just want to that we're just sexual beings. That we're just sexual beings, we're whores, we want to take people's men, we want to be messy and do all this extra shit. We just want attention. No. No, we are people with souls that probably are doing way more than y'all. That
For
y'all
sure.
probably wouldn't even be able to handle. And I mean that humbly. Like, and I'm not saying you, I'm talking about them people.
Oh yeah, I get
Like,
it. Trust me. You know I get it.
so So that's definitely one of a lot of those things that people have misconceptions they have about us. And I would love for them to just stop that shit. That shit is not cool. Like, that shit is not real. That shit ain't true. You do have certain people, just like with women, that go and do the same shit. You have straight men that go and do the same shit. So it's like you can't just pinpoint one group of people because this group of people get a lot of spotlight because it happened with this group of people. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go on and get the same type of attention to everybody else. You cannot do that. And so I think with us just being so different, everything is so broad. So whatever we do is gonna be broad, whether they think it's messy or whether they think it's, you know what I'm saying, it's too much. It's too much
Yeah.
for people. And if that's too much for people, you too much for people. How the hell you go? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm only speaking for the ones that walk in the highest light, you know what I'm saying? The ones that's not messy. Because you do have all groups of people that do messy shit, and you got all groups of people that are good people. You know what I'm saying? So not
Right.
all of us are like that. And so I would love for people to stop that shit. And a lot of the times you won't even hear about transgender people praying. I pray every single day. I'm very
Right.
spiritual. You know what I'm saying? All of us are different.
That's
Okay.
right.
I practice roots. We are different. All of us are different. All of us are not the same. So I really wish people would stop that. They need to stop that.
Putting
And
everybody in one basket.
yeah, everybody is not in one basket. And if you don't know or you don't understand, just ask the question. That's all you have to do. Just ask a question. That's it.
Communication.
The communication is so simple. You don't know, ask a question. Just ask me before you say something smart or try to, you know what I'm saying, think you know something. Like, no. And until
Yeah.
you are one of those people, you will never know what it's like to be one of us.
Most people,
You can
right?
hypothesize, you can think you know based off of things that have happened, but until you are one of us, you will never know.
That's
So
right.
the only thing you can do is just breathe in and out and try to have a nice, mutual, and respectful understanding for all parties involved. That way, there's peace all the way around the board. You know what I'm saying? That's really the only option at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's really
For
not
sure.
no more than we can do.
Yeah.
Um, so
Now,
yeah.
how has your faith impacted your journey?
It's moved my journey in a very good positive manner. It's definitely moved it faster than most people's journeys. I will say that because I'm within myself. So me being spiritual and me doing the things that I do, I am literally tapping in to the inner core. You know what I'm saying? Doing these things, and so when I do those things, it brings out a lot of light. It brings out joy. It brings out so much peace into the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I definitely will say that it's done some amazing things, and I definitely will continue practicing spirituality within my journey because it also keeps me humble at the same time. I know what I am. I'm not delusional. I'm not at all. But there's also things that you don't know, and I have no issue showing you. And that goes for anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's my soul's right to this earth. So and that's just the way it's gonna be. And
For
some
sure.
people may not see that. Some people may not, you know what I'm saying, grasp that. But you have no choice. You will. It may not be today, but you will.
That's right.
Just like
That's
how people gotta grasp your world and grasp those, we are people too.
that's
You
right.
have no choice. You literally have no choice. We have to walk these same streets. We have to be in the same dome together. We have to coexist. We have to coexist. But it also starts with both parties as well. So we as trans people have to be open enough to be able to accept the people that are willing to take accountability for the weirdness, you know what I'm saying, and the homophobicness, and that really want to change. That'll do something, you know? That'll do
I
something.
think with a
And then we
lot of
also
that too, which with a lot of transgender men, with transgender
Mhm,
women, what happens is, especially with with black women who don't really understand, you know,
mhm.
they really don't understand the gay community. When we see a beautiful female presenting person like yourself, sometimes we might get a little intimidated because you are so beautiful, and we know that our men looking. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a
Yeah.
crazy, it's a crazy dynamic out here, and I hate
Mhm.
that for the transgender women. I wish more
But
men would
like
be honest about their sexuality, so it wouldn't
like
be that kind of divide.
there, and like I also tell people though, I don't make a man do shit he ain't been wanting to do.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
ain't wake up. First of all, I ain't wake up and I never woke up and said that, oh my God, I'm going to choose to live this life and it's gonna be so hard. No, absolutely not. That's not how the fuck that works. That is not how that worked at all. Um, so with that being said, tying back to I don't make a man do shit he ain't been want to do. That nigga been want to do it. It don't be mad at me because that nigga saw me and felt like he had an opportunity. Don't be mad at me.
And
Don't be mad at
was
me.
that's my point, sis. That's
Don't be
it,
mad
right?
at
I think
me. God damn
that's that's where it
it.
comes from. Like because more men
hmm
um like be on the DL, you know what I'm saying, and living these false narratives. But it's hard. I feel like the black community makes it hard for a lot of black men to actually live their truth. You know what I mean? So
Because
they have to have
according
this
to history,
girlfriend and all that.
black men not supposed to be emotional. They're not supposed to show emotion. They're supposed to be real
Ain't that
hardcore,
crazy?
real like it don't matter. Bitch, please. Before I started transitioning, I wish a bitch would. I wish a motherfucker would tell me I couldn't feel no type. What? Tell tell your mama she can't feel no type of way. Bitch, please. I felt it, bitch. I'm not feeling it for a reason. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like,
That
like
part.
and then males' emotions are very, I'm not gonna say they be right, but most of the time they be valid and they do come from a place. And most of the time, males don't know how to express it. I will say that ever since I started taking these hormones, I have been able to talk and express myself. I can have really challenging conversations and not feel like I'm finna punch the hell out of you. Like it's definitely helped, but that is what men struggle with. Men struggle with that. They don't know how to express. They don't know how to talk and get it out because there's so much happening. You know what I'm saying? It's so much happening in this, and I'm gonna just educate people for a second because I feel like a lot of people don't know.
Come on.
But testosterone is rage. I don't care what they told you in school. I have it. I was born with testosterone. Testosterone is rage. Estrogen is the opposite. Estrogen is the opposite. So for every man that you deal with in your life, please know that they have a lot of rage in them, and it is important that you as a woman in their life to not talk at them, talk to them, and guide their emotions. You know what I'm saying? Guide them because they don't know what the fuck is going on. You can't fault them. They don't know what the fuck is going on. That's why they say women are smart. Women are very smart, and they're also very very intelligent with their emotions. A lot of women are. And they could do a lot, and they could really lead a man to greatness. But you have to. It's the way you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to take the time to understand the other species.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it's about. You have to take the time to understand the other species. And when it comes to the gay shit, you either got two situations. You either got they was molested and they hid it on all the way up until they had a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And certain little shit happened, or they was always like that.
Yeah, they
And
was
you
born
know what
there.
I'm saying? And that was, but you know what I'm saying? And it's just they fighting. So as a woman, knowing that information, it's important for women to try to assess that and try to figure out, okay, so what happened to you to make you feel so strongly about this, or what happened to you, or what do you feel like is going on that is making this happen? You know what I'm saying? It's important for women to do that, so that way a man feels safe enough to be like, you know what, this happened. It did make me confused. I don't know what's going on, or this, or I am this way. I've always been this way. I just was always scared because, you know, women normally scold you and do all this and do that. If a man knew that he can have a safe conversation
A
with a
safe
woman,
space.
just, you
Yes.
know, a safe space, and be able to let her know, like, okay, this is really what's going on,
Yeah.
people would stay in relationships. There would not be a lot of fucking domestic violence situations going on. Like, it would just be a peaceful place. So I really wish that if, like I said, if women didn't know that now that you know, I think that you should take that and put that into any man that you come across. You know what I'm saying? Any man that you come across, because they don't have the answer to that emotion. Y'all do.
That
You
part.
know what I'm saying? And as far as doing shit, they know what to do. So that's when they come in. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to work with the man for him to be able to be even honest with you. You know what I'm saying? A man ain't
Yeah.
gonna be honest with a woman that's gonna talk at him and you know what I'm
Like you
saying?
said,
Oh,
talk at 'em. We as women.
you like you geek and you or you a bitch and all it. No, absolutely not. You
Yeah.
cannot do that. As a woman, you know how it feels to be degraded and called a whore and called a bitch and all this extra shit. So imagine that rage, that testosterone that you poking at. Imagine how he feels. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not justifying a man doing anything crazy, but we're talking logically here. This is science. This is
Yeah.
what's gonna happen when you do things like this to this particular species of people, of human. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what that is.
And you hit it on the head. As a mother of two boys, right? When they
Mm-hmm.
were young, I did talk at them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they was young. I had to establish authority, right? And those boundaries, right? But now, my oldest son is 23, my youngest son is 16. Now I have to speak to them, not at
Mm-hmm.
them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I have to show a level of respect for their manhood. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I think that women who are head of the households and raising young men, um, we tend to be a little hard, harsh, rude,
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
then we wonder why these young men is out in the streets acting out.
Ma'am, I've
They
actually had
disrespected in
I've
their
had
homes.
I've had women do that to me when I was growing up, like people like around me, like you know what I'm saying, like people on the block and stuff like that. They would try to do shit like that, and then they would wonder when I got older, oh, why they don't never say nothing? Every time so and so come around, they don't try to speak. They don't try to. Bitch, do you remember what the fuck?
Right.
Why would I ever? Why would I ever? Because you felt like that was gonna make me a man. You felt like that was supposed. No, hell no. After that shit ain't cool. That shit
Yeah.
ain't cool at all. And it was a lot of instances like that in my life personally where people felt like they did certain shit and it was supposed to make me a man or make me a better man. And it didn't do shit but make me want to do something to
Like
you.
them. Right.
Yeah. So it didn't do
It
shit but
make
make
you
me want
want
to do
to
something
act out, and that's the
to
point I
you.
was just trying to make. Like when they was
Mm-hmm.
kids, I definitely talked at them, but as young adults, you know what I mean, man. No, I as their mother, I have to I have to respect their manhood first and foremost. You know, even though they ain't all the way there, they're coming into manhood. So I have to respect that, and I have to nurture that part of them. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want angry black men. And the reason a lot of black men are angry is because they was emasculated throughout all their teenage, they was emasculated throughout their whole life, and now they in the streets and now they angry. You understand? A lot of these men that beat up women, they ain't beating up women because they saw somebody beating up their mama. They beating up women because they can't beat up their mama. See, your mama beat and called you all type of bitches. You know what I'm saying? Then your girlfriend called you a bitch. Now you hitting her in her mouth, right? Because when your mama said that you couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I understand that today. So now, as when with my young men, I try to make sure that you know I ain't kissing no ass, but I'm definitely respectful of them as men, as young men. I'm respectful today.
I ain't
I
gonna
ain't
lie.
looking at
It
them.
don't even gotta be. It don't even gotta be with you being a mama. That's the humanly thing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with you being. And I'm being real. It ain't got nothing to do with you being a parent. It's that.
But see, I learned that doing parenthood. See what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I had to
Yeah, you
speak
learned
on
to do it in parenthood, but I'm just telling
my
you, it ain't. That's the humanly. You did the right thing, but that's humanly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like you said, your experience it just came through with your son. But that's a
yeah,
humanly. That's the humanly thing that you should do with the other species. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
when people start looking at it like that, when people look at it from a logical perspective, all the extra opinion, emotion, you know what I'm saying? All that will pass. Like
yes.
people will be able to get over that and be able to have a conversation about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Now, what advice would you give young people who are struggling with them with accepting themselves and are afraid to live in their own authenticity?
mm, so I'm gonna be as real and I'm gonna be as transparent
Come
as I
on.
can be. Um, if you are, I'm gonna speak for two types of people. I'm gonna speak for 17 and up, and I'm gonna speak for 17 and under.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak for 17. I'm gonna speak for 17 and under first. Um, the right thing as an adult on this panel for me to tell you um, would be for you to find the safest space for you to be your true and authentic self.
Okay.
You need to find the safest space so that you can be your true authentic self, and you also need to open your mouth. I didn't open my mouth when I was younger, and I probably could have had a lot more shit taken care of when I was younger had I would have opened my mouth and I would have just took initiative to say something. So say something to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And you really don't have to tell people all of your business. They don't have to go. You don't have to go in depth. Find somebody you trust. Tell them you want to create a safe space. You want to do it the right way. You don't want nobody getting in trouble. You're trying to live your life. You just want some peace. You don't want to go down the wrong road. You know what I'm saying? That's that.
Yes.
That's what you do. You 17 and under. Let people know you want a safe space. That's where you start. Once you have
Advocate
a safe
for
space,
yourself.
once you have that safe space, everything else falls in place. Even if you're a child, once you have a safe space, you're able to be the youthly person that you are, or you know what I'm saying, you're able to be who you are, you know what I'm saying, when you
Yes.
are safe.
Yes.
So
Yes.
number one
Yes.
priority, if you cannot live your life and you're struggling like that, you need to find you a safe space. Now for the people that's 17 and up, if you are if you have any sort of family that you are around, or group members, gang members, block members, whoever, if you have people that you are around that are hindering you from being your true self, it's time to run away. And you need to run away to get your peace. I'm not
Definitely.
telling you to run away from life. I'm telling you to run away from them so that you can find you. I'm not gonna tell you nothing I didn't do.
For real.
I'm not gonna tell you nothing I didn't do. And that's the truth. And I don't have to go into it. So get the fuck away from them people. That's not for you. Get the fuck away from them. I don't give a fuck if you in a position and they give you money and all that shit. Get the fuck away from them. I'm here to tell you, if you get the fuck away from them and you tap into your faith, I'm not saying you got to go to church. I'm not saying you got to do none of that. Tap into you and your faith and pray. I promise you, you're not gonna want for nothing. You're not gonna want for nothing. And it may look hard in the beginning, but that right there is going to build your strength and you're going to be okay. I'm telling you, you're gonna be able to walk out of that situation. And the people that made you feel all them types of ways, they're going to wonder for the rest of their goddamn life. As long as you stay away from them. They're going to wonder, damn, so what happened to them? Now they don't come around. Why they don't speak? Why they don't talk? Why they don't do this? You never tried to understand them. You don't respect them. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel safe with you. They
Mm-mm.
spoke about things. You didn't do anything about it. Why would they want to be around you? No.
Yeah.
Go where you're loved and go where you're appreciated.
That's it.
And
That's it. And that
go
go
where
for
you love and go
anybody.
where you
Go where you are appreciated and not tolerated. You know,
tolerated. Yeah.
because honey, I definitely feel the same way. I love my family, love all of them, but it's a
Mm.
whole lot of them I don't fool with. And
Man.
because I remember how you treated me as a child. Okay, I remember those words that you said to me. I remember.
Yeah, I know for me, I remember a lot of stuff family did to me, and I just have to. I'm at a point in my life to where I'm gonna have to stay away from your ass. If I come around you, I'm just gonna have to hit you. I ain't gonna let you. I'm gonna have to hit you, and I'm at a place in my life to where I'm not trying to hit nobody. But if I hit you, you gonna remember that I hit you,
Oh
and
yeah,
you might,
and you're gonna be
and
yeah.
you might call the police on me, and you might call the police on me. I'm still working on me. I'm healing. I didn't say I was healed. So, yeah, that's my advice. Get the fuck away
Yeah,
from them. I'm practicing out of sight, out of mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm practicing out of sight, out of mind. That's not just with toxic family members, because not all my family is toxic, but I definitely have toxic family members that I just had to. Hell no, I can't even be around you. Absolutely not. You're not. No, we just do not mix. We don't work for each other, and that's okay. I love
that's
you down, but no, this is my life. I have to live my life, and
right.
if you're not gonna if you're not gonna respect me as a person, acknowledge my existence,
That's right.
we don't have anything to, you know what I'm saying? We don't have nothing to discuss. You know what I'm saying? We don't have
That's
nothing to discuss. Nobody on this earth is going to treat me like a goddamn slave, and nobody else on this earth should be treated like a goddamn slave. We are not in those times, nor should we have been in those times.
yes,
So yeah, no, get the fuck away from those people. Get the fuck away from them and find you. You gonna
yeah,
find you once you get away from them people and you realize, like, damn, that's not my energy. I didn't want to do that. That was somebody else's purpose for my life. Like they wanted me to do that. No, what do I want to do? You know,
that's right.
when the last time everybody on here asked themselves, what is this my life? Is this my life? Is this me? Like when like if you died right now, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So
Yep,
everybody needs to think about that right now. If you died right
yep.
now, would you be satisfied with your life? Did you
That
live
part.
it? Or did you live it for
That
other
part.
people? And did you do shit for
Yeah.
other people? No, I'm not going. I'm not going. And sometimes people that you love don't realize they be hindering you from that because they not in that place. They not in that place. And it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's all
That.
right. You
Yes.
go to your place. You go to your place. This is your life. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
For real.
that's
For
my
real.
advice. That's as real as I could be. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, and there's no other way to put it. And then if you need, if anybody on here wants to take that initiative and they just saying, I just want to live my life and they want to go more in depth into the things that I did to take care of, me and my process or just my experience, feel free to message me. Feel free to, you know what I'm saying, ask me questions. I'm an open book. You can ask me. You know what I'm saying. I'll tell you. I would definitely help you. I'm here to help. I'm definitely here to help. I wish somebody would have helped me when I was younger instead of trying to make sure that I wasn't better than them. You know what I'm saying?
That
So
part. Now, what do you wish someone would have told you when you was younger?
I wish somebody would have told me to not be so quick to be a flower and get my petals plucked.
Okay.
I was so thirsty for wanting to feel something. I missed the whole lesson in it. And I had to pay for it later on down the line
Okay.
with experiences with people and just not doing anything. Like, so yeah.
So,
And if you
what
can read it
has
between
love
lines,
taught you?
and if you can read, and if you can read it between lines, you know what that flower petal thing means.
Yeah.
Bam.
So, what has love taught you? Whether it's self love, romantic love, or the love of family and friends, how has your understanding of love evolved during this process?
My understanding of love has been shattered during this process. I'm
Really?
unlearning. Yeah, I'm unlearning. I'm unlearning what I thought love was
Okay.
because what I've experienced in my lifetime is what people think love is, and a lot of the times it don't be love. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I know it ain't love.
That part.
Love come from love come from a sacred place. It don't come from a shadow. It don't
Yeah.
operate from shadow. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. 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 Yes, indeed. And love is an action word. You
it
know,
is.
don't tell me you love me if I don't feel the love. You
But not
know,
only that, don't tell me that you don't tell me you look don't talk about me, teach me. If you feel like or if you ever felt like it was something that I could have learned or it's something that I could have, you know what I'm saying? Why not pull me to the side and why not really try to sit down and work with me instead of assuming, you know what I'm saying? Like
or judging.
or judging or just saying fuck it. I'm not even gonna deal with that. That's some crazy shit. Like you ain't gonna try to help a motherfucker. You're not gonna try to
Right.
understand
You
why
iron
I felt the
sharpen
way I
iron.
feel. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm human.
Yes.
Like people now.
Yes.
Now.
For sure. For sure, honey. I think that that's the biggest problem, the lack of communication. We so busy judging others instead of trying to get an understanding. And that's why I thank you for coming on the show, because we need more voices like you to actually inform and enlighten us, because it's so many misconceptions, so many,
Mm-hmm.
and because people are afraid to really communicate, it, like I said, it's just a whole bunch of judgments and lack of understanding, when a real conversation can fix all of it. But we
Mm-hmm.
so busy judging and wanting to be right all the time that we don't really want to sit down and have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Or operate from a place of passive aggressiveness, and that don't never work. When you
Yeah.
got somebody, you know, that don't never work either. That don't work neither. When people try to handle things passive aggressively or try to say things passive aggressively, and you try to come in a healing, from a healing place, it don't work. You know what I'm saying? Because they being
Yeah.
passive aggressive and they just unhealed. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. And that's also something that I'm learning. So I've experienced being somebody that actually wanted to just, heal and be like, you know what, okay, we could talk about some things. And somebody was just very, very passive aggressive towards me and wasn't open to me at all. You know what I'm saying? And I had to just realize, like, okay, well, if you want to be like that based off of the way you feel, that sounds like a personal problem. Mm-hmm.
I see. That's what
Like
I'm
a
saying
person,
about people wanting to be right instead of wanting
it sounds
understanding. They just
and
want
instead of
that passive aggressiveness tells them that they right, and they just,
yeah,
you know what I
like,
mean,
and instead of just trying to be real, you
and
want to be.
understanding. Yes,
Yeah, like I don't know. It just
yes.
be weird. But I've definitely experienced that, and I've definitely handled it well. I just said, okay, well, fuck it. I'm not gonna. mm,
Now, do you ever
mm,
want a family? You want a family one day, Raya?
I
You want a
do.
family, a
I do.
husband and a baby, and
I
the
definitely do.
dog and the white picket
I
fence.
definitely do. I definitely do. It's definitely not something that I've thought about right now. But I definitely thought about it. I definitely want my own children. I really want two girls. If I can get them as twins, I would be really, really happy. Um, but I would want to do that later on down the line, maybe when I'm like, I don't know, 40. When I'm like 40. And I
That's
only
a
say
bit.
40.
Now that you're gonna be too old then. The
No,
kids
I'm
gonna
not.
be
No,
running you crazy.
I'm
Honey,
not.
I had my last baby at 37 and I'm mad as hell.
Well, see, that's another thing. I don't want to have a baby. I don't want to just mix. I don't want to mix my shit with just anybody too. That's another thing. So I would have to be very precise and very, you know what I'm saying. That would have to be. I don't know. It's definitely something I've thought about, but I haven't put a lot of thought into it. We
Okay.
could say that. Man, we could say
Now
that.
what
I definitely,
legacy do you hope Raya Sunshine leaves behind? What legacy do you want to leave behind? When people speak your name years from now, what do you want them to remember?
I want them to remember that when you spoke my name, you was free. You was
Hmm.
free from everything. You was free from everything. Every time you speak my name, you felt a sense of freeness to the point to where nothing held you back. You was like you forgot about every problem you ever had. When you hear
Mm,
my name,
that's what I'm
you
talking
feel
about.
a sense of free. So
Wow.
that's what I hope that is what I'm going to leave behind. I'm actually writing a book about my life and about the things that I've been through, and I can't wait to share it with everybody. I definitely
Oh my
can. So
goodness. Well,
I'm
we're gonna
sticking
have to talk
with
about that. I want to help you out. I done wrote a couple of books, and you know what I'm saying, we definitely got to talk after the show. But
yeah,
I
for
thank
sure.
you so much. This was a powerful conversation, baby, and I want to thank you for sharing your story, not only with me, but with all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes courage to get vulnerable, and I appreciate you for trusting me with your voice and your experience, man. I'm just, my heart is just overwhelmed. And to
Thank you for
everybody
having me.
watching,
Thank you all. Thank you so much
tune
for having
in.
me. I definitely appreciate
Yes,
it. And
yes,
I'm definitely looking forward to more talks. And also thank you to everybody that watched, and thank you to everybody that loves me and that supports me. I love you so much, and thank you. And please stay tuned for more. I am growing,
yes,
and there's gonna
yes,
be so much happening, and I want people to be a part of my journey. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to
for
see like
sure.
it's possible. I want y'all to see that it's possible, no matter who
Yes,
you are. Baby, this
yes,
is
yes.
life. It will be live. So
That's right.
thank y'all. I definitely appreciate it, and you definitely will be seeing more of it.
And whether y'all agree with everything or not, I hope that tonight's conversation gives you something to think about going forward and reminded you that every person has a story that is worth hearing. Okay. And
Mhm.
before y'all tune out, before y'all log off, I want to thank y'all. I want y'all to like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Culture Connects. And we're working real hard to bring it all to you guys, real people, real issues that impact our communities. Okay. It's for us and by us, all right? If you'd like to support the movement and help us continue producing quality content, looking forward to be a guest, growing my platform, helping me, man, listen here. Hit that inbox. If you want to be a guest, let me know. The Cash App is $ChiTownHoney 247. Your support means more than you know. I love all of you guys. Until next time, I'm ChiTownHoney, and this is The Culture Connects. Don't hang up, Ray.